and that she had been kidnapped 10 years ago. She's at this location now. So code 1, the cat is 0149. 0149.
Adam 2-3, you got a boss coming? This might be for real. There might be others in the house. 2-6 on Seymour.
726.
Georgina De Jesus might be in this house also, per Adam 23 radio.
Go ahead.
We found them. We found them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, my beautiful, to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. Happy to be with you. We always look at the Idaho 4 case as an ever-changing lie. What do I mean? Well, everything that you think you know changes within a short amount of time. We believed that the roommates were downstairs in the very bottom first floor, and then one got moved up to the second floor and then saw something. We believed they were asleep. They allegedly, if you believe the piece of crap, PCA, that she saw the killer, okay? Now, I have always believed 100% that 3 victims were cremated, all girls, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee. Now I'm finding out right from Ethan's mom's mouth, and you probably already know this, but we need to talk about it because does it change things when we find out that Ethan was also cremated? All 4 cremated. Now, y'all know I fought the battle of trying to find out when did these individuals get removed from the home. And the best I can find out from locals, which is hearsay, is that on the very 13th night that they were removed. Now, if you've been with me for a hot minute, you might remember I had a dumpster driver allegedly make a post, and I saved it, but he claimed, I have the receipt if you need it. He made a claim that they used a brand new dumpster and that they lined it and put mattresses, new ones down, and removed all 4 victims at once. And then I've heard a rumor from 2 people that say the bodies were stacked on a gurney and wheeled out the back patio door. That would not happen because they would still have to come to the front. So even if they took the bodies out that back patio, which could have happened, I myself know that stacking 4 people on top of each other would be really difficult, I think. I really do. Maybe it happened that way, but there's an embankment that goes up. There's fencing. There's nowhere to go. So you can't be like, well, they took them up onto the parking lot up here. Oh, heck no, they did not. They would not have got that gurney and carrying it. It would have been like this with 4 bodies. Like this going up that steep hill with 4 bodies. So that didn't feel right to me. But my question is this all 4 bodies are cremated? Are we sure? This is blowing my mind. I don't even know if the bodies were returned to the victims' families and then were cremated? Or were they cremated and handed back to the families? Because that would be disturbing. So we are on a live when I'm doing this. And so I'm going to jump over and say hello to just 2, 3 people and my mods. And I welcome you to stick around if you're on replay. And you can fast forward about 30 seconds maybe, or just wait 30 seconds. I want to say hello to CW. Let's get over to chat. Let's do that. There we go. That way you can see who I'm talking to. I've been working hard behind the scenes. What did you guys think of the intro? I also have a new closing scene for us. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Lisa. Hello, everyone. And hello, my beautiful mods. Wildfire. Az is here. Jennifer Swain. Good to see you all. I can't find Jennifer, but she's here. She's here. I just want to say hello to you all. And let's see what you're saying. Robin Davis Ducksworth says, then how did they do a second autopsy in time to be lawful, and how many days before the body needs to be embalmed or cremated? Or is the second autopsy a lie too? What do you guys think, huh? Let me turn the camera. What way? Nope. Hold on, y'all. Be a little easier for me to be in the center. As says 1111. I caught that moment in her interview where she grabbed the necklace. I don't think she had it on, but I think she grabbed where it was, and she had a different necklace on. I could be wrong. All right, let's jump over to our movie screen. Let me see here. Okay, you guys, I'm going to actually play that part for you. It's about Ethan's ashes. Now, before we get going on this, let's do this. Oh, this is huge. Hold on. I want you to know this was pretty hard to watch. She does an excellent job, Stacy, Ethan's mom, of trying to hold it together always. And I get it. But her expression, it caught her off guard, and she chokes back tears, and she's having a really hard time with this. And so please, even if you have suspicions, let's not tear apart her words, but rather all I want you to hear is my receipt, basically, that Ethan was indeed cremated according to her. So there's our fair use disclaimer. Let's get back over to movie screen. There we go. And then here you go.
About the analogy of the football.
Oh, yeah.
And having Ethan right there under your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still there today, or where is he? Do you still,
I've not been asked that question. And it might make me, I've held myself together. Take your time. No. That's a good question. You just, because his physical being, it's funny. We tell this story of like what to do with him. Yeah. His physical, like his ashes, like we all wear him. We all had like custom jewelry made that they put a little tiny bit of, So, we just have done things like that. Where is he? He's in a good spot, right? Like he's no longer under my arm. I don't have to carry. I can acknowledge that he's gone. We had an incredible, 20 years together, but okay. But where is he? I'm not sure where he is. He's up in heaven.
Oh, he's up in heaven, right? It just, you guys, it broke my heart. But so Ethan was cremated. Xana was cremated. All of them were cremated. Now, Kaylee and Maddie, I believe their ashes are blended even. Yeah. How do we know? What? So if this is some sort of, think about it. We had that whole huge Jesse Bailey drug thing, bust, right? Are you feeling me? It's starting to make me really question everything. Let's see. What are you guys saying up here? Valentina says, excellent point. This entire case makes me wonder so much evil and corruption in our country. Hello, Wildfire again, lovely. Hey, Lisa, how are you? They say Chapins were able to have Ethan's body. So, okay. Think about it. There's a page and a half redacted from the PCA that most likely details what happened to Ethan. So, would they have cremated him out of a humanity response? And if so, why would Ethan have been attacked more violently than any of the other roommates? Like, it sounds, we've heard, and please don't go in there about the legs. I can't. I'm just saying, but we've heard that he was butchered. Okay? Like, legitimate. It's just knowing they were all four cremated. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Summer Snow. Hello, lovely. Zazie Markle says, I assumed witness protection. I mean, at this point, they've changed the year of the car. They changed the roommates sleeping to awake. They changed the victims sleeping to now awake. They've changed the time. Who knew that crimes would be different in today's world? Like, here's what we know. This is everybody was asleep in the house, two roommates down below, two roommates on the second floor, two roommates on the third floor. Second and third floor, it happened. These two roommates slept through the whole thing. Okay. Then we're looking for a 2011 to a 2013 Hyundai Elantra, white. Kohlberger's is a 2015, completely different body style. And the one video I have of a white appearance of a car, which it could be yellow, it's dark, it's very dark, pixelated camera is turning around, and it looks like it has tinted windows. Kohlberger's car does not have tinted windows. What are your thoughts? Right, Sherry Irvin? Same as me. She says, anytime is good for me. Wow. Oh, anytime is good. So I'm asking, what is your preferred time slot? Because I'm obviously doing a lot of upgrades. We now have a studio, and I'm back on camera. And I want to settle in and figure out what's the best time for you. So leave it in the comment down below. And then she says, I always heard Ethan was buried. When did that change? With the interview of Stacy Chapin was saying he's ashes. They're all ashes. Everything's gone. The house is gone. The victims are obviously gone because there's ashes. There's no resuming a body later if Brian is found innocent and they need to double check something. There's no autopsy records that I know of on tape. We're missing the video of the first responders coming into the building with their I wanted to say dash cam, with their vest cam, their body cam. We're missing that, allegedly. We're missing a lot of critical information in the case itself. We're missing the biggest pieces of evidence, as you know, the house itself. Just saying. Oh, everybody's names just disappeared. Oh, wow, YouTube. I have no idea. I wish I could show you this. Oh, they just came back and you were watching it. Because I forgot, I've got chat on the screen over here. Maybe the urn was buried? That would be strange. But maybe. Sass says, and welcome, who's this Sassy? Well, welcome. We have another Sassy. We have a sassafras. I call her Sassy too. Welcome to 1111 True Crime Sassy. You say, this case is full of red flags. I need my own little red flag. Amazon. Hey, Ginger Snap. I stopped following this case for a long while, trying to catch up. You haven't missed anything. I don't care if you haven't been in the case in 6 months. Nothing. Nada. Other than the judge called Brian Kohlberger Kopaka. And then, to the best of my knowledge, and people disagree. Some people agree. It's your choice. And I believe called him Brent. And so did my little closed caption. That just cracked me up. Mr. Sentinel. Taco time. That's only on Tuesdays. Welcome back, Mr. Sentinel. Sassy says, I've also heard he was buried and now he's not. This makes no sense. I know. And I am like, okay, y'all, what if? I got to word this. I'm looking out my window where the squirrels are. I got to word this carefully. But doesn't it make you question witness protection? Possibly. But it scares me to death that this could have been a hit in a different way. And there be some FBI investigation behind the scenes. And so rather than it blow up that 4 kids are missing, right? I don't know. That's wild. I can't be the only one questioning traffic, especially if Ethan weren't. I've heard Steve G, and I played it for you guys, talking about his daughter coming back in a box, his daughter coming back in an urn. How did Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie get returned to the parents? Were they already cremated? Because there's a lot of homeless people that pass away, and it's the cheapest thing is cremation. And so there's spare ashes, if you follow me. And when it comes to ashes, I was over in the Steve Avery case, and to this day, I question Carmen Botwell's ashes because they were lightweight, like they were missing some. I'm just saying. Just saying. Hey, real girl, you say we hardly know anything until the trial comes. If it comes. That's where we are. I said, if it comes. And she says, real girl, says we can't be sure of anything, honestly, besides stabbings happened and the house is demolished. And if this happened the way they say, how come I didn't see anything when they tore the house down that made me go, ooh. And I looked when the beds came out. I've looked like up close at the mattresses that are covered with plastic. You can kind of see it's not the whole mattress. It looks maybe that big. I'm not trying to be graphic, but we are in true crime, right? Right, Natural Healing. And welcome back, lovely. You say slow ride case is still going on. Yep. Hey, the snooper. Welcome to a Level 11 True Crime. You say there are multiple reasons to show or prove reasonable doubt. They need to dismiss, in my opinion. Everything's gone. What are they holding on to for trial? They have nothing left. They're supposed to have this cast result that blankets everything wherever cell phone data is for the 8458 phone or whatever. But Cy Ray, who's one of the leading industrial experts on that subject, is saying, I haven't seen the critical stuff. I've seen everything but about 2% of it. But that 2%, and I don't know if he said 2%, but a small percentage is the critical, the crucial information. So the FBI basically looks like they gave a sticky note that Jennyville gave them. You know, maybe Jennyville, because she sends me sticky notes. Maybe Jennyville sent the FBI sticky notes and they wrote the genealogy on this sticky note. It's Brian Kohlberger connects to his dad. All right? Which connects to the sheath. What? Okay. Then, let's get a pink sticky note so we don't get that confused with the other. And let's write, Kohlberger was on Highway 95. There you go, Brett. Go make your PCA. That's what I feel like. It's like they didn't care to save their work. And then nobody else saved their work. Did Brett save his work? No. Did Maloney, Mallory, did he? He doesn't even know what his work is. He's a gopher. Well, I'd go get it from here and I'd take it to there. I'd take it from there over there. I'd come back, I'd grab it. I took it all over. No, I didn't look at it. Well, I put it in the machine one time, make sure it was real, took it back out, and then I just ran it over and put it in the evidence room. I don't really know who you need to talk to. I just work here. Whatever. And then you got Brett Payne up there who's running circles, right? Chasing his tail. And Ann's like, you're the lead investigator? Yeah. Okay. Where's all the evidence that you collected to write the PCA that was used to arrest and indict Brian Kohlberger or Brent, whoever this is over here? Brett's like, well, we took it to the evidence room. Okay, and then where did it go? Well, I don't know. I put it in that room and locked the door. I don't know. I mean, but aren't you in charge? Yep. What? I mean, it was like, and that's all you're going to get? And then the prosecution is questioning Brett Payne if they've turned over. If they've turned over. Have we turned over this? Have we turned over this? Have we handed over this? Have we handed over this? Why? I don't get that part. Why would Brett Payne be able to tell if the defense handed anything over? Or is, prosecution. Or is the prosecution saying they had Brett Payne there every time they handed over something to the defense? I don't know. It's getting to me. It's getting to me. Helen Allman says, and Cy is doing it pro bono. He don't get paid unless Kohlberger wins, basically. Sassy says Cy is going to blow our minds. The fact that he's never been a witness for a defense before speaks volumes to me. I don't know if Cy is going to blow our minds. I hope he does. I watched his true crime Crimecon interview with Lana. I'll have to see it to believe it. You know, it almost feels like there's a lot of confidence, but I hope it's not overconfident. I don't know. I find it strange. He's still holding out. See, that's the thing. He could be a plant for all we know by the prosecution saying, you know, look, I don't have all the info, but right now it looks like Kohlberger is in a different place. And at the last minute, does the prosecution hand over everything? And then Cy look at it and go, oh, see, Ann, I did not know this part right here. That changes everything. Because he held this, like, position that, a disclaimer, that once all the details come in, he may feel differently. And I'm like, I don't know. Okay, thank you for sharing, Sally. Shelley Shepherdson says you can bury an urn with my husband was cremated and put an urn to be buried at a later date because I was too poor to buy a coffin. Oh, my. Aw. I love you. I send you a lot of healing energy. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. Sassy says, oh, wow. Since I found out about him, I have done a lot of research with Lana. She is on it. Well, good. Gemini 65 says he's pretty impressive in my opinion. I agree. He's blowing my mind with his credentials. I'm not questioning Cyre's ability at all. I think I'm concerned about that little critical bit of information he hasn't seen yet, that he's holding off, and he won't give his 100% yet. And so I'm like, I don't want to get over hopeful. And so, until the prosecution mans up and hands over that critical information, I'm sitting with Cy Ray. I'm like, everything looks like Kohlberger is innocent. I don't even understand why we're having this entire hearing and all this to get a trial, because the only thing you basically have, it sounds like, is a tiny bit of touch DNA. And did we just quit again? At least it's not buffering like it was before. I'll have to watch the video. If it's lagging a great deal, then I'm going to have to stop my emotion background. Let's see what's going on. Let me clear the board, refresh chat. Whew, it's flying out there. The snooper, why were those 3 other DNA not sent to Othram? Right? Goes on to say, why only BK? It's like the LE knew it was there, but what if the other 3 were BK also? It would make sense. It would make the case 3 times stronger, therefore sus in my opinion. Wow. Okay. The snooper is saying, which I did a terrible job of reading, how did the prosecution, this is great, the snooper, you get a gold star. How did the prosecution know that the other 3 unknown male DNAs weren't also BK? And therefore, he sunk. And maybe they're not touch DNA. Maybe they're literal DNA. We don't know what form of DNA it is. For all we know, it could be semen. We do not know. We don't know if it's... I think one of the unknown male DNAs is a cigarette butt, which screams David on the couch to me. That's possible. And then there's 2 other unknown male DNAs. Could be Jack D. I don't know. He's still super sus to me. Lynn Nikita says, very common where I'm from to bury the urn. A lot do. Oh, I'm learning so much. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Jay Ombre has some good videos on what's happening. Interesting theory. Thank you, guys. Clark says, and welcome to 1111 True Crime. This whole prosecution needs scrapped, in my opinion. It's all sus. The minute they tore the house down, I was like, it's over. It's over. No way back. Oh, wow. Well, and hi, Frognado. You say my cousin's urn was buried. He has a headstone. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. Thank you. Thank you, guys. As says, in my opinion, that second highway stop in 10 minutes was super sus. Did anyone catch that the cop did to the passenger door handle? I think you pointed it out before that he touched it, but I didn't respond the full story. So I noticed in watching Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? That the cops often slide a glove off and touch the vehicle. And I asked, why do they do that to an officer? And the LE told me it was for several reasons. It was 1, to reduce the chance of static electricity so that if they do touch the car, they're not touching it with a part of their body that's metal. The second reason made much more sense, and that was to literally leave their handprint or thumbprint on that vehicle so that if it takes off, right, and for some reason they want to know if that's the car, like the plates are gone or whatever, and they find it, they can find that guy's fingerprint and be like, you touched this car, it's as good as gold in court. So it could have been just that. I'm not saying it is, but that's what I learned. Bree May, hello, lovely. You say there's a secret witness that pointed to him. Allegedly. We think so. Real Girl says, we didn't have an infamous murder case in the first decade of the 2000s, did we? Idaho 4 is ours for this decade. Well, a decade is, you mean for the century? A decade is 10 years. Well, I would have to think on that. Oh, Carolyn Oss Miller says, screams Hunter Johnson too. He smoked. Quasi Shamus, hello, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say cigarette butt, wouldn't that be from Emma Bailey's boyfriend? I don't know. It could be from so many of them. Lisa Hendricks said, why are they still holding on to Kaylee's phone and Ethan's golf club? That's like my thumbnail next, right? I'll make a thumbnail. I'll be like, and then I'll ask you just what Lisa is saying. Why did they still need Kaylee's phone? Why Kaylee's phone? When everybody else got theirs back, the G family got back a copy. And Chapins have never reported that they got that golf set back of Ethan's. Even though we saw him carrying out a golf set, that's not the ones they're talking about. Carrie T says, the guy in Boise that stabbed his father in November of 2022. Doesn't some of the survivor S and JS from Boise too? Just saying. So I'm sure. I mean, there's enough deaths at the university. We've got Hannah Clear. We've got Hudson Lindo. We've got, what was that gentleman's name, you guys? I can't remember. The one before them. And it was all three of those were right there. And I can never shake. The fact is, Hudson Lindo was Sigma Chi. Ethan was Sigma Chi. This is Ethan's second year. In November on the 13th, he's in his second year, which means a year before he was a freshman for Sigma Chi. Okay? Can't make it up. Now, Hudson Lindo, Sigma Chi, first year. Same time as Ethan. There's no way. I'm sorry if I gulp loud. I do that. I'm a loud drinker. I don't know. I just can't shake that. And then Hudson Lindo is found in a creek. I still believe he was waterboarded, but humble opinion, my humble opinion. Let's catch back up. Ooh, I'm way behind. Hey, the Richard. Hello, lovely. Linda Henshaw says, did I hear the DNA experts say everybody else for a lifetime from the smallest amount because it's so strong? It's concentrated DNA. And it leads you right to the baby, right? Mother to the baby, right there. The father's DNA, and I know y'all are going to be like, but when you have a paternity test, I'm not talking about that. I know it's DNA and father and all that. I am talking about the father's DNA. It's more like can't be ruled out. Could this be the father? Sure. Is there 100%? No. That's why they say more than likely, because it's the male DNA connection to their children is much weaker DNA than the mother's DNA. So the reason I'm going on and on, they have the family garbage, the mother and the father in the home, but they didn't get the mother's DNA. The only reason I can think of is because I told you it would leave enough DNA for everybody and the defense to run their own third-party tests. And so the reason I believe that they grabbed the male DNA, the father's DNA, in the ancestry, which is not normally done. That is like not protocol for the FBI. It isn't. Go read their little FBI CODIS, because that's the machine that they store all the data into on genealogy, right? Go read the CODIS rules. It's mitochondrial DNA without the L. That's important. Sassy says this case has literally blown my mind. It's frustrating case, but I'm never going to be able to sleep again fully knowing what happened, because we don't. I'm itching my foot. Hold on. It's actually my ankle. I forget you guys can see me sometimes, so forgive me. But where are the answers? If this doesn't go to trial, if Brian is released, can you imagine the backlash the university will feel? They've destroyed the home. It's gone. And all the evidence. Carrie T says she was on her phone the whole time at the grub truck, meaning Kaylee. It might have a clue to who drove them. Zaya Marco, hello, lovely. You say D and B knows more. And missing time might have involved fraternity cleanup or something similar. Opinion, of course. You could be very right there. Hello, Miss Cotton Candy. You said, I'm sure he fought back harder than the girls, meaning Ethan. Steve G said, quote, he sent his daughter to college and she came back in a box. Jack D has had a white Elantra and only lives a minute from 1122. And I'm going to add literally. And Huda London pointed out, and I don't know where it came from, but did he sell it a week after the homicides? If Jack T got rid of a vehicle at all, let alone a Hyundai Elantra, as soon as they were starting to look for a Hyundai Elantra, what? It does keep going off. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. You just got to keep hitting refresh, you guys. Sorry. Though Richard says there is a lot of repercussions regardless of the outcome. I hope you are right. Jamie says the DNA confuses me. I can't wait for the trial to start. Carrie T, Mama D. Oh, Lord. It literally went off. Like I got somebody else's video. Yeah, it's acting up, you guys. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Next time we come on, I'll change my moving background to a photograph to see if that reduces any connection issue. We'll try it. Carrie T, Mama D, Ann asks for Babbel Records. That's an app that translates foreign language. That's a boom. Someone wasn't speaking English. I think it's a different app. If I remember right, it wasn't about different languages, even though, yes, Babbel is a, ephonics program. But I believe Babbel had something to do with electronics. I could be wrong on that. But I really do think it had more to do with like a mapping service, if you will. Okay. Booted again. I know, Marilyn. I know. I'm going to have to get rid of the moving background. We'll put a photograph. We'll try that. Glenda Henshaw says, we don't know the other DNA found. We're told it's a male, but that's not true. They didn't test the other DNA, right? They did do preliminary tests, and it is all three male unknown DNA. And that came from the defense. Ceci says, you can imagine it's likely they're telling us any tiny little bit, sprinkling truth with lies to keep us confused. You could be right. Carolyn Osmiller says, I'm going to stop typing, just listen on big screen. Well, thank you, lovely, for tuning in. Tamara Terry says, Adam L. Lotta was in Kalispell, Montana in July of 2023 meeting with a cartel leader, John, in my opinion. This lady works on his rental properties and was the ex-girlfriend of the cartel leader from Washington that was involved, in my opinion. Jennifer Swain, thank you. Thank you for the $50 snooper chat. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Love all the work you've done on the studio. Thank you. I had to paint it and move. You guys, I really did put a lot of work. You have no idea. So thank you. Thank you, lovely. And I put a lot of work into me, too. I had to get back my confidence, I had a lot of mouth surgery and stuff, and it took a while. Glenda Henshaw, there is a BMW for sure in one of the videos. You're not the only person, Glenda, that has said that. In fact, we had an 1111 family member that was a diehard BMW user, owner, advocate, loves her BMW, and was like, that was a BMW. And I'm like, I don't doubt it. Summer Snow says Demetrius's brother owns the same type of white vehicle. You guys, there are so many. Is that possible that Demetrius, Jack D, Kohlberger, the Eugene, Montana, the crushed one or cracked up one, accident one, I'm sure there's more. There's 4. I'm just saying. 22,000. The Richard says, actually, I'm not confident we know anything. I mean, that's why I was saying to the other 1111 family member, I was like, well, my goodness, you've been gone for what, 6 months maybe? You didn't miss anything. Because we have no more, we've learned that, like I said, that they change the case to fit their narrative. They don't rely on the evidence to show them the narrative. And how do I know that? I don't even have to say hearsay, alleged, my opinion. No, they don't. Because if they were relying on the evidence to tell them the narrative, they would know the identity of all 3 of the unknown male DNA samples collected. And they would have preserved the crime scene and perhaps the bodies. Just my opinion. Fez, a super babies, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say, if Sherlock was real, he would have solved this. This is very sad case. Never reached Australia. When I came across this in YouTube, I was absolutely horrified. Yeah. Indeed. Well, hello, Melissa French. You say, have you watched the J. Ombre timeline video on possible suspect who did the unalivings? I have watched a while ago, a few minutes of, he was talking about 2 people that were released on furlough and didn't come back or something. And I just kind of got lost in it because I couldn't quite understand what those people had to do with, like, Maddie or Kaylee. Why would they have been killed upstairs? So to me, I don't always watch a lot of other creator theories because I don't want to contaminate my own wild imagination. So I'll watch interviews is what I watch. So if somebody gives an interview from the family or news press or, a presser, something like that, I'm in it. I want to see it. Even though I take it with a grain of salt because family's been very wrong. We've talked about that with Steve G, right? Nikki B, hello. You say David's B's mom also had a white Elantra at the time, allegedly. Just chat? You can't hear nothing? Y'all can't hear me? I can't hear her. I'm just getting spots where video stops. Then it starts back. Is Mama D still talking? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Because I'm showing I'm live. I'm showing that I'm loud. In the meantime, while I'm waiting, Glenda Henshaw, he has brought it full circle. I agree with this theory. It has been mine for about a year now. Well, email me the link, y'all. Miss Cotton Candy says, yes, Kopeka was at the apartments in back of 1122, reportedly arguing with his girlfriend. He didn't have a car, so he borrowed his mother's, wait for it, a white Hyundai Elantra. That is what I've been hearing, too. I don't do spirit box, lovely. Oh, y'all were here. You can hear me now? I'm telling y'all. I'm going to get rid of the moving background next time we come live. Don't worry about it, love. Those that have my email, they'll email it to me. Otherwise, if I give it, I'll get 500 of them. But don't worry, I can also Google it. I'll Google it. All right, glad you can hear me. The Richard says that is good at 1111 True Crime. However, it's good to get a few outside ideas. This does not have to be a competition. Others act like it. No, it's not a competition. If it was a competition, I wouldn't be letting you talk about his channel's name. I'm not competitive. I just have my own boundaries, and I also don't have a lot of time as a mom, and I got my fur babies, my house. As you see, I'm painting and stuff like that. But I do avoid watching a lot of other creators' opinions simply because it's like I don't want to copy them. Does that make sense? I don't want to be a copycat. And so in order for me to be authentic and come up with things, if I do something that somebody else is making a video of, trust me, or if they do it to me, it's not because we're watching each other's stuff. It's simply because we thought of it at the same time. And that happens a great deal. A great deal. But I'm not competitive. I always shout out a lot of the other, oh, there went our background. Maybe we'll leave it off. We'll leave it off, and we'll see if that helps with the connection. Let me see. Yeah, it's off. Maybe I won't be booted as much. Okay, let me clear chat. Timmer Cherry says SG needs to come out and tell the truth about his involvement in this. Allegedly, he owed Jesse James Bailey, this is a rumor we've heard for a long time, $700,000 debt from trafficking proceeds from the King Road house. Yep, we've heard that a lot. I think it would be weird for Steve G to wear the hex hat if he was in all kinds of trouble over the hex. Does that make sense? Like, why put it on your head if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I could be wrong. It kicks people off like you ended the live, but the chat keeps going. Otherwise, you would think the video was over. I was kicked out twice. I know. That's been going on every time I'm live for 3 days. Ever since YouTube started the entire upgrade. Is what true of you? Good to know my email stays full from work. Exactly. I try to keep my email on the down low unless it's something important, because that way I can find the important things. I'm pretty simple. Titania Pavel says, if it doesn't go to trial, can you hear me at least twice? I didn't quite catch that, honey. SMD, wasn't SG first thought that it was JD who did this? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but the dog has me hung up on him. And somebody said to me in a post on replay, and thank you to my replay crew. Somebody said to me in a post, there's no way that dog would have been in a different room. And I was like, okay. Hold on, I was checking something. Let me see if I can make it work. Nope, I can't make it work. Okay. I was thinking that's probably true. If you were scared, would one girl be sleeping with a knife and the other one be sleeping with their dog? And then if the intruders came in through the balcony on the 3rd floor, right? Then Kaylee's like, someone's here. We don't know if it was a whisper. It could have been a scream. Someone's here. And so then they run into Maddie's room. And the KLER, YouTube makes me spell, grabs the dog, puts him back in that room, locks the door, or just shuts it because the door is locked. And then they would have to know the code. Whoever did this, in my opinion, had to know the codes to the doors because of Maddie's room. How would you fit through that little window? As you're coming in, you'd be on the bed with the girls. They'd be able to be like, knife ya. So the only way that anybody came in was through the bedroom doors. And we know that there's locks on all the bedroom doors. Chief Fry said it at that one interview. In the very beginning, I heard it. He said the doors were shut and locked on all the victims' bedrooms. And that made me think. So how'd the killer get into a room? Once they came through Kaylee's room, okay, don't need a door code. You're going out. You shut the door, automatically locks. Dog is stuck in there. But now you got to get in Kaylee's room. You got to have the door code. To me, it's somebody that knows this house, somebody that knows the girls, somebody that knows Ethan, somebody that knows them all. Just thoughts. Mama D, I need your email address again, please. Oh, I think I'm not going to give it out over the air anymore. So if you want, I can post it for you later. I got a lot of people that'll send me theories on all our cases. And unfortunately, they are page after page to read. And when you get, a 3-page theory and you get 15 or 30 of them a day, you're like, I can't do this. I would literally and so I don't understand it. I'm like, why are y'all sending it to Mama D? I love you, but don't do that. Share your theory for everybody to see. It doesn't do the case or me any good, and I'm not reading it. When it's 3 pages long, there's no way. Even if it's 3 paragraphs long or a theory, I'm not going to read it. Now, if you put it in the comments, I'll read up to 2 or 3 paragraphs. I'll skim it. But as soon as I see a post that's this long and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I only have 150 more to go today. I can't. I just can't. So I heart it. I read the very bottom lines, just like I told you guys, and I heart it. So, but if it is like I need your email because I'm having problems, just contact one of our mods and they will get you in touch with me. They all have my email. Real Girl says, I've closed again. Hold on. That is so weird. Real Girl says, and they knew the dog, lest the dog would have been going crazy. The dog is the key. Murphy is the key. Either, this is just my humble thoughts, but I would think that either the brats loved Murphy, or it's somebody that, I'll just say it, somebody that loves a dog. Because otherwise, who's going to kill 4 people at that level that they have to redact a page and a half of Ethan being butchered? So they can butcher a human, 4 of them? But hands off, that's a cute dog. You feel me? Hey, Jeannie, I was missing you. You say, I wonder if Murphy dashed from the house afterwards and someone was whistling to catch him and bring him back to the house. A particular whistle, perhaps. Ooh, because we do have that clip where it says, Kaylee. I don't know, though. I've begun to wonder if they didn't plant information out there to throw us all off. I don't know, though. Carla says, they also said all the bodies was in bed. Ethan's body was found in the doorway of Xana's room. This case is crazy. It's different stories and nothing makes sense. And the PCA has Ethan in the bed and Xana being the first one found. Well, maybe not Ethan in the bed. I don't think it said that. The PCA does say that the first body that Brett is saying he saw was Kernoodle on the floor of her bedroom. So there's only one door to the bedroom. If Ethan is in front of Xana, blocking the doorway, why wouldn't... Well, Brett Payne didn't get there till later. So did the first responders go in, move Ethan to get the door open, which would have tucked him around the corner, and then you would see Xana on the floor? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Frognado says, what was with the singing West Virginia Mountain Mama Take Me Home, Country Road? I have no idea. I don't even know what you're talking about. Glenda Hinshaw says the Karen Reed case is insane. Good thing she had money to fight for justice. I have a problem, and I'm not deep into Karen Reed, but I want to throw this out there. How does a victim's shoes get knocked off if you're not going 60 when you hit them? And we know Karen Reed wasn't going no 60. I mean, yes, if you hit a person going like 45 miles an hour, more than likely you're going to knock them out of their shoes. But if you're only going 30 or 24, are you going to knock them out of their shoes? I don't know about that. Tamara says, Jeff K. Who's Jeff K., honey? Jeff K. says he tightened the screws on the door lock and never replaced it. I talked to him in late May 2023. Kara said she replaced it. He said, not true. Who's Jeff K.? I don't know that person. I am a former true crimer and was not set out to get back in. Though this Idaho case pulled me back in, I'm loosely aware of the Reed case. That's a good way to put it. Loosely aware. I'm kind of loosely aware too. I also love you. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. And you say the original reports that DM and BF were sleeping downstairs was to discourage the perp from returning to waste the survivors / witness. That could be. Miss Cotton Candy, I love your name. You said Murphy knew all those people in and out of that house. Many have said that the front door code was known by everyone. People partied there even with the girls weren't home. Fact. Factual. For real. Real Girl says, I didn't name anyone. There is just certain theories I can't believe at all, respectfully. Thank you, lovely. I feel the same way. There are some people's theories that are too far-fetched for me, but then I give out far-fetched theories, and some people are like, I can't believe that. And I'm like, that's okay, because it's all theory. It's all thinking. Oh, I'm not going to read that one. Tamara Terry, BF wasn't even there, in my opinion. BF told Van Life she was with Brian K. BF has been talking to Van, and she's been threatened by state to lie, is what I've heard. Tamara Terry, honey, you need to make sure and use, in my opinion, for legality reasons. Because we don't really know. We don't really know. You think she means Xana's dad, JK? Okay. I didn't know Xana's dad's name. Hello, Jenna. How are you? Melissa French at Mama D. I got booted. Can you please say email address for you, please? No, thank you, love. I'm not going to share it out loud because, like I said, I'll repeat it for you. Then I get, 15 to 30 emails a day with really long theories, and I feel guilty then if I don't respond to the email, and yet I don't even know what to say. Some of them are absolutely, or the other thing I can't stand, because I'm not a clicker. I'm not going to click a link. Nothing on the page. Nothing. Just a link. And I'm like, no. I'll ruin my phone. I'll ruin my computer. I don't know if it came from somebody I know for sure. A lot of times your name is different than it is in an email. So I've gotten a little bit more protective of my email. But like I said, if you have a theory or a question, just post it for everybody. It's best if everybody gets to see your theories. Too many theories, Mama D. Right, right. Isn't it funny that this house 1122 was one of the two most active party houses, just not the night after a big game at 1111 True Crime. And I'm going to add to that, this house was the most active party house, and they didn't find a whole bunch of unknown male DNA or female DNA. It wasn't a petri dish of DNA. That's just weird. That's just weird to me. Yeah, no party, no DNA. Ugh, 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 ugh. Well, hello, Tiffany Crockett, and welcome back. Good evening to you. Wildfire says, just a reminder, everyone has their own personal opinions and theories. Please respect them all, even if you don't agree with them. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, my beautiful. Well, I'm glad you made the live, too. We're almost about to wrap it up in about 15 minutes. We're going to get off here and get some stuff done. Fair Maiden wins. Hello, lovely. Yeah, I'm having to refresh. You say, let me switch screens real quick. If this helps or not, I'm not sure. Yeah, our background has quit somewhere. Let me see what happened. What happened? It's literally not working. Hold on, let me try something. Well, where is it? Where is it? Okay. No. OBS is done. Let me get back over here. Yeah, no. It didn't work. What do we want to do? We'll add a background next time. I tried to fix it, but it wouldn't work. Kim House says, Mama D, they are saying this was premeditated. It's just what I heard, and in my opinion. Thank you, lovely. I respect that you have your own opinion of work. Some people have done. I just ask that you try to not be disrespectful. Good vibes here. That's right. Zaza says, if Ethan and Kaylee's faces that much messed up, it could be more personal. No drug lord, hitman, etc. will take time to do that, I believe. Good point. Right? I'm wondering, could there be, and I don't know how I would find out, but could there be some sort of rivalry between Adam, Lotta, and Ethan Chapin. Could there be? I mean, Adam is very sports oriented. Hold on a minute. I like a cough. Sorry. As a view, I don't think the Frats were involved. The Chapin siblings would have heard about it. Hunter is Sigma Chi. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there because that made me think of something. So we know that Maisie and Hunter, the triplets of Ethan Chapin, returned to the school. And we've all been like, how could they do that? The dog's alive. The G family first suspected Jack D. Hunter walked Xana and Ethan home that night. Could this have been a targeted attack from JD and AL? And therefore, Hunter and Maisie know they're safe. I'm just asking. I know it would be like, why wouldn't they turn them in? But if they don't have any proof and the state is like, look over here, this is a dude that did it. And the Chapins are like, we're not even going to watch the trial. Nope, can't bring them back anyway. It's not like they believe anything. They're not saying, oh, well, he's definitely guilty. Nope, they're not saying nothing. Do they know? And they're like, I'm just going to stay out of this because I'm not going to go up against the university, up against the state of Idaho and the prosecution and all of the law enforcement when this is where we make our money. And we're well off. We've got different houses in different places. Makes you wonder. Miss Cotton Candy says it's working now. Good. Fair Maiden Wins. Hello, lovely. You say there's definitely layers of investigation we're not privy to, or pervy if you are the father of stepfather of Sebastian Rogers. Then it's pervy. At this point, we'll see eventually. Very true. Very true. Dog lover, welcome. No one saw the first responders removing bodies. How is that possible? I don't know. 3 chins, right? I give you 3 chins. I don't know. Sassy says, nope, nobody ever saw the bodies being moved out of the house. It's weird for sure when the press was camped out there 24/7. But the press didn't get there, and this is why we don't know. On the first night, they didn't get there Sunday. And that's why Ian Harsh is so full of crap to be like, yeah, on Sunday they knocked on my door, and if I hadn't been watching the news, I wouldn't have known what was going on. No, it wasn't on the news on the 13th at all. Not till family heard about it. Well, are we wrong? Am I wrong? Because the G family found out from relatives and news later that night. I may be wrong. Maybe it was on the news Sunday night locally and didn't make the national news until the 14th or 15th. I don't know. Tiffany, young, beautiful women and old men running an organized crime takes 3 entities to be... Okay, I got to be careful. I don't want to get in trouble if I read something I shouldn't. In my opinion, I've always felt they know something, says Marilyn Cup. Tiffany Crockett says, I think Mama Chapin's bank account is mighty handsome. I said what I said. I think you're right on that. The Richard, there is a misalignment of information. Not everyone are the pervy. I'm getting kicked again. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube. I wonder if I'm too far away from my router and if I have to move closer. Because I moved everything on this end and did the studio, and now I'm having connection issues. But it's not showing up on, let me look at this. Yeah, it's not showing up on my side. I don't know if it's YouTube or me. Dog Lover says it's 4 murders. How is the media not there or someone to talk about it? My sons and I just watched The Truman Show. I swear it seems more real every day. As says, in my opinion, I've seen it happen right after, but no proof yet that 100% of folks would believe. Well, hello, Carl Thomas. How are you doing? Long time no see. The Chapin family needs to explain why a second Chapin car was parked out front of King Road House the morning after the crime. Yeah, that is weird. The Richard, I was typing and Scrappy Doodles, the enormous cat, plopped down on my phone, my mouse, my remote, and my freaking water bottle. Cats, gotta love them. Ah, goodness. All right, my lovelies. That's going to be all for us this evening. Whoops, sorry about that. I appreciate sharing all your thoughts. I greatly do. Thank you for sharing them with me and everybody. I look forward to do it with you again very, very soon. Please stay tuned. Now, for those of you, I just want to take a minute. Those of you that have been with me for a hot minute know today is Summer Wells' anniversary of her being missing. I don't celebrate this day. I know everybody's like, bring awareness to summer. I bring awareness up quite often to summer. I paint for pictures, or I'll do some project or plant flowers for. I get very angry on days like this where it's been 3 years and a 5-year-old is nowhere to be found. And the mother and the father are still out there living it up. So, I just can't. I can't go out here and put like on Summer's birthday. No, it's not her birthday. I'm not going to celebrate. She's turning 9. No, she never turned 9. She didn't even make it to 6, most likely. So that's why I love summer, but this is a day of grieving more than anything for summer because it shouldn't be here. This day shouldn't be a day where I have it in my calendar of my heart and go, oh, shit. If we could just rewind time and find a way to save her. But we can't. And so this is a day I struggle with. And I don't know, maybe a lot of people hold that against me because I don't do a whole big hey, it's June 15th. Let's talk about Little Miss Summer. It's not a great day. We made it this far. It's just not. All right, my lovelies. I have something that I put together. I feel it's kind of like time capsule of the cases we are working on. And I thought how beautiful Brandon Maddox's song is and how much we love that song. Time Will Tell on You. And I sat up last night till like 4 in the morning making this, and it's going to be our closing for a while. And I feel we are learning more and more every day on a lot of cases. But I want to throw a prayer out there on this date for Summer specifically. I ask God above, in the name of Jesus, bring us closure with Summer Wells. That's all. I love you guys. This is dedicated to Summer. Let's get over. There we go. I love you guys. To the moon and back.
When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth.
Sing it!
Time will tell, time will tell on you.
We love you, Summer Moon Utah Wells, wherever you may be. Pray for justice for the Idaho 4, Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn, Sebastian Rogers, Mika Miller, and all those out there that need justice.